right at the end of the last stream, we got our tier 4 cobblestone generator, which is now, I believe, producing 2 cobblestone per second, meaning that now we have 10,600 cobblestone in this compacting drawer because I have spent a little bit of time between streams doing a little bit more in the way of resource gathering. I have once again come down and using the iron hammer that we have, I've dug out a bit more white antimatter so that we have more of that ready if we need it today. I also went through to the nether and did a bunch of nether quartz mining. I did come across a pretty big area with a bunch of these magma blocks here, so I've grabbed those. Not quite sure if we're going to need them, but they do seem to dissolve into some pretty useful elements. So, you know, if we need a little bit of magnesium oxide or aluminum oxide or potassium, these things are available to us if we want to. And I also got quite a bit of nether quartz. You'll see now we've got 512 in there, as well as I think a little bit more, yeah, an extra 36 in here. So we left off with this quest here, grass it. Create 4 grass blocks and 4 fertilizer. So the grass blocks seem easy enough to make. You do get 4 at a time here from 1 water, 1 cellulose, and then 1 kaolinite, I think is how that's pronounced. And the kaolinite doesn't seem too bad. It's water, silicon dioxide, and aluminum oxide. I'm fairly certain we do have quite a lot of silicon dioxide over here. Yeah, we've got 512, so we can grab that fairly easily. I should also go ahead and bookmark the grass here. And I'm also going to bookmark the fertilizer because the quest does also call for us to hand in 4 fertilizer as well. So the grass is just the cellulite and water, which I think we might have. Yeah, we've got some cellulose there. And then water we don't have, but we do have a plethora of H and O. So if we throw that over to here, that should get us that fairly easily. And then that kaolinite really doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, we just really need aluminum oxide, which is aluminum and oxygen, both of which, again, I think we have a fairly large amount of. We do indeed. The aluminum we get from black antimatter, so we can make more of that using our white antimatter and our carbon. And oxygen, of course, we're getting from all kinds of stuff. We're getting just a bunch of oxygen basically all over the place, which is very nice indeed. So let's unlock. Let's do you. And there we go. That should hopefully, I think, be pretty much enough to make the kaolinite here. And there we go. Nice. So if we combine that up with more cellulose and water, so water, cellulose, and actually let's get that going in first. So you, water, cellulose, and kaolinite. And there we go. We get a bunch of grass. That's more grass than we need, but you know, you can never have too much grass, especially because I believe the quest after that is going to have us use the fertilizer on the grass to get dandelion. So really, the more grass that we have, I think the better. We can, of course, get more grass fairly easily, actually. Given that we can duplicate our dirt using gravel, right? We can make the coarse dirt and then craft that coarse dirt into regular dirt using a hoe. We can fairly easily, you know, get more dirt, put that down near the grass, and then just spread the grass with, like, either time, or if we wanted to, we could spread it faster using something like a watering can. For now, though, I think this might be enough grass to get some dandelions. I'm actually not quite sure what the radius is on fertilizer, like how far it will grow grass, but we'll find out, I'm sure, fairly soon here. And so the fertilizer is a little bit trickier. It requires urea, diammonium phosphate, and potassium chloride. I hope I'm pronouncing these correctly. So potassium chloride, I think we already have. Yeah, we've got 60 potassium chloride here. We can get it from obsidian. And in fact, obsidian is probably a pretty good source of resources for us. Not only can we go through to the nether and, you know, tear down another portal to then recreate one back in the overworld. If we want, we can go back through the portal to recreate it over and over and over again to get quite a lot of potassium chloride and silicon dioxide. But I did notice that in the last stream, we got a lava-infused stone as part of our reward. And you'll see here, it says, used to make cobblestone and obsidian. Place water next to it to make obsidian. Place water 1 to 2 blocks away to make cobblestone. So if I put this down, and I was going to put it here, but I think I should probably not mess with my unlimited water source. If we put it down like here, and then I get a bucket and put water down right next to it, does that water instantly turn into obsidian? It totally does. Nice. Okay, so we can, if we want, get obsidian this way. And I guess that wouldn't work, actually. I don't think it's going to connect there, but we can definitely do something like this. And then using our diamond pickaxe, we should be able to excavate basically all 4 of those. It does take a hot minute. And it's probably much faster to do the obsidian portal way than doing it this way. But yeah, you get 4 obsidian at a time. Nice. Where were we? We were on potassium chloride. We were looking at making fertilizer, of course. the dimonium phosphate is phosphate, hydrogen, and ammonium. So hydrogen we have. Phosphate is made from phosphorus and oxygen. So phosphorus, I believe we get from pink antimatter. We do, which is made with magnesium, so we can get that fairly easily. And again, I think we do have some phosphorus over here. We do, and oxygen we have as well. So let's go ahead and get some phosphates going. From there, and I don't really think we need too much, although I do see there is a quest down here to make 128 fertilizer there. It's an optional quest, but we might want to do that at some point. So getting extra phosphate is definitely not going to go to waste. And then the ammonium is nitrogen and hydrogen. So nitrogen, I think, is going to be maybe a little bit tricky here. You can get it from psilocybin, which we can get from mushrooms, which we have found in the nether, and we do have a few of them. And it is guaranteed. You get 2 every single time. But that's not going to get us a ton. However, what I think we can do is I think we can take some of the mushrooms we already have, break those down into that psilocybin, as well as a little bit of cellulose, break that psilocybin down into its base components, giving us some nitrogen. And then I think the way that we should do this is via cactus. There is, I believe, another quest for cactus. There is down here to get 16 of it. And so cactus is made with cellulose and mescaline, however you pronounce that, which is made with carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. So that's why we needed that nitrogen that we just got right there. And I think we have basically all of that on us. So let's see if we can't make some of this. So carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. We totally can. And then if we combine that up with the cellulose that we have quite a large amount of, that should get us cactus. And much like our sugarcane, I'm fairly certain that we should be able to just grow this kind of like right here. If we hold shift, yeah, we can accelerate the growth here. And if we wanted to make this faster, that does work. Nice. I think the easiest way for us to do this, maybe, and I'm going to break a couple of this wet sand here. If we do 1, 2, 3, like that, and if we fill all of these with cactus, I think what we could maybe do is have like a piece of cobblestone just in the middle, like there. That way we can kind of hold shift nearby, and as soon as the cactus grows, it should get popped off, and hopefully we will collect it. Albeit somewhat slowly. The problem, of course, being that the cactus does destroy itself if it lands on itself, which is less than ideal. But you'll see that like a lot of the cactus kind of falls around the side here. And so that does allow us to grow cactus, and in turn that cactus can be used to make the mescaline or mescaline, and then that can be used in turn to get us more nitrogen. So getting more nitrogen going forward really shouldn't be too difficult. You don't get a ton of nitrogen, but you do get some, and we do have now a renewable source of nitrogen. And in order to make the ammonium, we only need 1. I guess we need 2 if we're going to make 1 of these. And that does get us 8 fertilizer, which for now is fine. So 2 hydrogen should be enough, 2 nitrogen should be enough, which we do have now. So getting the ammonium should be as simple as putting the nitrogen and the hydrogen in there. It is indeed. And again, we won't go with too much just yet. From there, we should then, I think, have everything it takes to make this, right? We have the ammonium, we have the phosphate, and we have the hydrogen. And then from there, the only thing we're missing now is the urea. And the urea is carbon, oxygen, and amide, which is made with nitrogen and hydrogen, again, both of which we have. So nitrogen and hydrogen gets us this stuff. We can then combine that up with the carbon and the oxygen. And there we go. So I think, after all that, it's a bit of a pain, but I do believe that we have everything that we need in order to make our first fertilizer. We do, and that completes that quest there. So now we do get 2 iron sharpening kits, which is quite nice because I did use up all of mine between episodes doing some mining both here and in the nether. But now what I believe we should do is take that fertilizer and try and get 2 dandelions over here. Now, I do think that we can be a little bit more efficient with this, and I should definitely eat because I'm very low on health here. But I should probably look at getting some more dirt and trying to spread that grass there just a little bit. We can do that with a watering can, which is also going to make our farming faster as well if we want going forward. And it's not really too difficult to make. It is going to use one of our buckets, but we do have 2. It does require a bone meal, but again, we did kill some skeletons in the nether fortress in the last stream, so we do have 3 bones now ready to go, and let's not do that. I'm going to dump all of my elements back in here for now. And we're going to have to set up new drawers for all of the new compounds that we just made, but we'll come back to that in just a second. For now, let's go grab some of our dirt. And let's see about making more. So let's see here, chat. The grass is spreading on its own, but do we have enough iron to make this work? The answer appears to be no. How much iron do we have over here? We've got 151, which I think actually might get us pretty close. That is quite a bit of iron, and we only need like 3, right? Yeah, so that should be more than enough, actually. So let's see. Do we have what it takes to make the watering can? Let's get 1 bone meal. Right now, I don't think there's a way we can get more than 3. Although I guess maybe we could make a quartz grindstone. Do we have manganese? It doesn't look like we do. I'm not going to worry about it too much for the 1 extra bone meal. For now, I think this is fine. And we can always get more bones if we like, just by fighting more with more skeletons in the nether, right? So watering can. There are 2. There is the one from Extra Utilities 2, and then there is the one from Tiny Progressions. I think the one from Tiny Progressions is better, and you can upgrade it as well, unlike the watering can from Extra Utilities 2, simply due to the fact that the one from Extra Utilities requires you to keep filling it up with water over and over again, whereas this one will just leave you, like once you fill it up, it's full forever. So yeah, let's go and grab a bucket of water. Boom, boom, and boom. Nice. And so if we make sure that's full, what we should be able to do is we should be able to come over here, and using the watering can, we should be able to spread that grass nice and quickly to all of the remaining dirt. Good stuff. And then at that point, if we drop our fertilizer down, we can hopefully get some dandelion yellow. So it looks like we made the right choice. It looks like the fertilizer can go at least a few blocks out here. Unfortunately, no dandelions there. I am very hopeful that we get dandelions before we have to make new fertilizer. Because we do get fertilizer as a reward here, and the fertilizer, as you saw, is a bit of a pain to make. So we got 1. I think the odds of us getting another one in the next 5 are pretty high. Although, it's not looking great. There we go, we got 2 in 1. Nice, okay. I'll keep a hold of the rest of the fertilizer, so I don't know if we're going to need it for other things. Oh, we got 3 in 1. I don't know if we're going to need it for other things going forward. For now, though, let me try and get all of these compounds into some kind of storage drawer here. That's going to have to do for now. And then we'll pick up the rest of these just in case they are required later on down the line. So that is this quest complete. Use fertilizer on grass to get flowers. We then have 3 new quests. We have purple antimatter, craft a sack of purple antimatter. As a reward, we get some cooked bacon, which is always nice. Yellow antimatter, craft a stack of yellow antimatter. We get some loot crates, and then granite. It says 64 polished granite. Collect a stack of polished granite, dissolve it to obtain beryllium, which is required to make beryl. By the way, you'll need a lot more than just a stack. And as a reward, we get fertilizer and an iron furnace. So I don't think any of these are going to be too bad, right? They're mostly going to be made, I guess, from white antimatter. So we need iodine, 16 of it. We need sulfur, 16 of it. And then for granite, we can get granite, I think, just with silicon dioxide. Yeah, so we just need a bunch of silicon dioxide, which I do believe we have, right? Yeah, we've got 507 silicon dioxide, and we can get more of it, I believe, from quite a few sources, actually. I think we can get it from white antimatter, if we want. But I think we did also see we can get it from obsidian, right? Yeah, each piece of obsidian gets us 24 silicon dioxide, which is perfect. So we can unbookmark these. And then granite. Do we have what it takes? I believe we very much so do. Boom. And slowly but surely, we'll get all the granite we need. We only need a stack for the quest, but it does say we're going to need much more than a stack to get, presumably, all of the beryl that we need to make a tier 5 cobblestone generator. So that's our first stack. We'll come back and make another stack, in the future if we need it, which I think we definitely will. But for now, that should get us a stack of polished granite and complete that quest there. Perfect. The iron furnace is interesting. I've not used the iron furnace from the Tiny Progressions mod before. How does this work? I assume it's just a faster furnace, right? Like maybe if we were to, all of these are done now. So I guess, what, real quick, I have kind of lost my way a little bit here. Let me get all of these kind of like in here. And then let's quickly get our refined storage system back online. So what I think I'm going to do, just so we can clear our inventory a little bit, because it's getting a little messy. Let's pick up the energy cell. I do believe the energy cell stores its power. It does. At that point, we can then move the energy cell, I think, back by 1, like this. And then we'll make the front an output as well, like that. And we'll put the controller right about there. That should bring that online. It does require the disk drive to be down. And although it's a little janky, I was going to put it here, but you know what? Actually, I'll put it like up here for now, so it's a little bit more accessible. We do have a couple of disks, I believe, lying around. Yeah, we got a 4K and a 1K, so we can store up to 5,000 items in our system, which I think is perfectly fine now if we're storing basically everything apart from elements. I think we have less than 5,000 items at the moment. And then to bring everything else back online, we'll just do this and this. And I am going to disconnect that just so that all of our power does go through the energy cell here. And so we should build up a nice backlog there. Right now, this is only using 4 redstone flux per tick. So that should hopefully, I think we should have enough with, 3 stacks of charcoal to keep the system running for the remainder of today's stream, right? I think until we get a more renewable source of power, we'll basically come on once per stream, fill these guys up with fuel, and then we should have enough fuel to keep our systems going, hopefully, for the remainder of that stream. For now, though, we can actually start dumping all of our stuff into here, and I am going to move basically everything out of all of these chests here into the system. We should also open those loot crates. I notice we have 37 of them, which is very nice. I will go and grab those in just a second. Oh yeah, of course, you can get silicon dioxide from nether quartz as well, which we do have in abundance. I think you do get quite a bit as well, right? Yeah, you get a guaranteed 16 silicon dioxide per nether quartz. So basically, you could turn 1 nether quartz into like 32 cobblestone, or into, I think, 16 granite. Yeah, which is pretty nice. And we do have, over 500 nether quartz over in here. So that's a lot of cobblestone or granite if we want it. All right. I like mine sorted by quantity. That's fine. And I also like auto search to be enabled. And it will also make this a bit bigger if we can. So now that that is working, where were we? We were looking at getting a yellow antimatter and purple antimatter. Let's go ahead and bookmark both of those. And then let's see. So purple antimatter requires iodine. Iodine you can get from lead iodide. Lead iodide is from the dandelion yellow. Okay, cool. So we did just grab that dandelion yellow. That's fine. If we need 16 iodide, or iodine, we need 16 iodine, which requires 8 lead iodide, which is 2 dandelion yellow. Okay, so we'll just do the 2 for now. Again, I don't want to use all of them just in case we need it for something else going forward. Throw you in there. That gets us the 16 iodine. And from there, if we get the white antimatter, and again, I think we might need a little bit more from over here, but that's fine. Eventually, of course, we'd love to get an external storage onto this draw controller so we can access all of this stuff from within the system. But I do think we're a little ways away from being able to make our own refined storage parts. So I don't think we can do that just yet. For now, though, that is a stack of purple antimatter. And the next quest requires sulfur, which presumably we can get from, like, gunpowder, maybe blaze. We can get it from netherrack, lapis. We can get it from those magma blocks we have, albeit only a 25% chance, so 1 in 5. Yes, you get 8 sulfur from 1 blaze powder. And we only need 16, so we only need 2 blaze powder. And I do believe we don't have any extra blaze rods. That is unfortunate. I really thought we had a few extra, although I guess we got just the right amount in the last stream. That's fine. In that case, I will use my magma blocks here, because although the chance is low, we do only need 16. And you'll see we did get more than 16 there, which is fantastic. So let's dump everything that we have a space for into here. And apparently we already have some sulfur. Oh yeah, we got 85. Wow, look at that. You should probably check, Isaac, before you start crafting stuff that you already have. And there we go. Nice. Okay, so that is all of those quests complete. I will take my bacon. I will take my loot crates. I will go ahead and open all of the loot crates in here, including this dark one, which is a dimensional loot crate, which gives us the dimlet parcel, which will give us some dimlets, I presume, if we open it. Yeah, we got a dimlet control circuit, a dimlet base part, a dimlet sky type controller, and a dimlet effect type controller. So RF Tools Dimensions is a mod that lets you kind of build custom dimensions based on dimlets. We might look at that later on, I guess, in the pack. For now, we don't have the resources to actually do anything with that. But let's open up these 42 loot crates. That is a bunch of white antimatter and a healthy amount of all of the other resources as well. I will definitely take it. The trick is just kind of trying to keep track of everything that we have. Bromine, iodine, We do have the manganese now and then the lead. Okay, let's get these into their own slots here. I am going to leave the white antimatter kind of in a drawer for now, just because we have, 1,600 of it. However, I think we can move some of these like food items over into our refined storage system now. There we go. So yeah, presumably now we have to break down all the stuff we just made, that being granite, purple, and yellow antimatter, to get vanadium, chromium, and beryl. And the reason for that, the quest here wants us to get 32, 64, and 64, is of course for that cobblestone generator. So let's run all of those through here and see what we get. That got us half of the vanadium that we needed, so we might need more of that, but that's fine. We can get more iodine. Actually, we have more iodine. So really just for these, you get the resource back that you use to make more of the color. So all we have to do is just grab more white antimatter, which thankfully we have a large amount of, and then we can go ahead and, make even more purple, and if we want, even more sulfur as well. And then run those through, and it shouldn't take us too long to get all of the chromium and all of the vanadium that we need. So a lot of orange antimatter there, so we finally got the chromium. And then if we're going to get 64 beryl, this one is the interesting one. We need 3 stacks of beryllium. Right now we have 16 beryllium, so we need a lot of granite. So I think I should stop putting my chemicals in here because they have a space, of course, over here. But if we're going to get all of the granite, I think we should probably start tapping into our nether quartz supplies to get just a bunch of silicon dioxide here. And then, of course, we'll just start turning that into granite. It's probably worth us maybe setting up like a little hopper system here, potentially. Yeah, we do have 2 speedy hoppers here, and now that we've taken down those chests, we have those ready to go as well. So I think what I might do is potentially have that guy like that. I think that's correct. That's pumping into there, perfect. And then if we make sure it's set to granite, we can just pump our silicon dioxide in up here, and that should hopefully just make us a bunch of granite as fast as the chemical dissolver can do it. And then we can, of course, take that granite, turn it into polished granite, and then drop it in over here. And, of course, we can put a chest down as well if we want to really increase the amount of silicon dioxide that we can throw in here. You know what? While we're waiting for, like, the large amount of granite to come in, like, we need a seriously large amount of granite. But one thing I will do, I think here, is let's upgrade our pickaxe. Also, have we filled up this already? We have. Okay, let's also grab an upgrade kit here. And upgrade this drawer so we can hold more of the barium. But yeah, if we take, chat, an obsidian, and I think we need an obsidian sharpening kit and a flint, we can upgrade our pickaxe to be able to mine cobalt, which is going to be quite useful because I think we are pretty close to being able to get a smeltery. Like it's one of the first few quests in the next quest line, and the next quest line is actually pretty close. Once we get all of this stuff, the cobblestone generator is pretty easy to make. We just make the emeralds using the resources we have, and then craft up the generator, and then we're good to go. The deep dark portal is just a lot of cobblestone, which thankfully we do have. We've got over 10,000 cobblestone over here, almost 20,000 now since the start of the stream. And then we can head through to the deep dark, and that unlocks the next quest line. And once we get the smeltery, we can really look at starting to upgrade our tools, right? And really look at starting to use resources like cobalt and ardite and manulin to make our tools going forward. So if we collect this cactus, because I don't want any cactus going to waste, although I'm sure a lot of cactus has already gone to waste. If we grab some obsidian and we go and make a sharpening kits stencil, I believe what we should then be able to do in the old part builder is make an obsidian sharpening kit. It does require 2 obsidian, so we need 1 more. But I believe that if we take... Oh, you can't make this in here? Oh, no, you can. Okay, you maybe just have to put it in both slots? Oh, no. I guess it was just a little bug there. That's fine. So you take an obsidian sharpening kit, and if you combine that with your pickaxe and a flint, which we do have, and you can make that with silicon dioxide, you can then upgrade your pickaxe in the tool station. So boom, boom, and boom, to give it the mining level of the sharpening kit you're using. So because we're using an obsidian sharpening kit, you'll see it says there, upgrade your tool to the materials mining level cobalt. So just by doing this, we can give our iron pickaxe a much higher mining level. Previously, it was only diamond. Now it has the cobalt mining level. So now we can actually go and start mining that cobalt and ardite in the nether, which are both really good resources for making like, powerful tools going forward. Okay, that's a lot of granite. Let's see if we can't get all of the beryllium that we're after. And there we go. Okay, 3 stacks of beryllium. Finally. Okay, let's take like all of this silicon dioxide out here. And we should probably move silicon dioxide over to like this drawer that's been upgraded, because we do have quite a bit of it now. And then let's see if we don't finally have what it takes, chat, to make a stack of beryl. So we need all of that beryllium. We need so much oxygen. My goodness, we need 18 stacks of oxygen. Jeez. We then need 2 stacks of aluminum and 6 stacks of silicon. So if we got like a few stacks of antimatter and some carbon, we can of course go ahead and make more black antimatter. And that should get us some aluminum. Let's do you, and let's do like 2 more stacks of those if we can. We can, perfect. So yeah, getting 2 stacks of aluminum here really shouldn't be too tricky. Perfect. The harder part, the oxygen's not hard to get, it's just so much of it is required. And I guess we can go unlock the recipe here for this. So we'll put in the 3 stacks of beryllium. We'll put in the 2 stacks of aluminum. Silicon. Do we have any silicon? We do. We got 45 silicon. How are we getting silicon? We're getting silicon from silicon dioxide, which of course we have in just a ludicrous amount right now. So we can start breaking that down. So getting 6 stacks of silicon, not going to be a problem. And actually, you do get oxygen in that as well. So actually, chat, this shouldn't be all too difficult. It's a bit of a pain. But in reality, this looks like it's going to be fine. Let's take some of that beryllium out so we can make some room for the silicon to come down. So, chat, we now have a stack of beryl, finally, which should give us everything that we need to get this cobblestone generator. So, we have the beryl. Let's grab the chromium and the vanadium. The vanadium I think we already have. We do. And then the chromium, I believe, is now in over here. It is indeed. So, let's unlock the recipe. We'll take out all of this stuff here. We'll also take out all of the extra bits that are up there now. And then if we go emerald, shift-click in that recipe, and then drop in the vanadium, the beryl, and the chromium, that should get us exactly 8 emeralds. It does indeed. And then if we take the cobblestone generator and craft that up over here, boom, and boom, we get a tier 5 cobblestone generator, which produces 1 cobblestone every tick, which is 20 cobblestone per second. That is a very fast cobblestone generator there. Very happy with that. We could, if we wanted to, actually, I guess, throw one of our last diamond upgrade into here. So now, the next quest, well, we have a few options now, actually. We get some item ducts and a reinforced server, but we do have a few optional quests that we can do. And then they give you a choice of reward. A satchel, a traveler's knapsack, 2 hardened upgrade kits, traveler's goggles with night vision, which could be real nice, zoom, and a cloak with slow fall. So it looks like each of these quests give you pretty much the same options there. And some of these don't look too bad, actually. I don't think getting 32 potatoes is really going to be too difficult for us. Let's do that. I think we can do that fairly easily. Hydrogen, oxygen, carbon. We might need more than that, but that's okay. We need starch, which is not made in here, Isaac. It's made in here. Boom. So you, and you. I don't know how much starch we need, although I guess, in fairness, we only need the 1 potato, right, before we can just grow more using our inbuilt gas functionality. So yeah, all we really need to do is just break down some potassium chloride, and then do the bare minimum to get like 1 potato here. And then at that point, it should really just be as simple. Gosh, we've got so many resources now. We definitely need to get more drawers going. But it should just be as simple as taking that potato, making sure that we have our matter corners, and growing one like over here somewhere, right? And as we get more potatoes, we can, of course, increase the number of potatoes we're growing, and we should get half a stack, I think, fairly quickly here. Nice. Okay, so taters is complete. So, we do get the option here of what we want to take. Hardened upgrade kits are good, but I'm kind of interested in these night vision goggles here. So what's the idea with this? Traveler's Goggles Night Vision Helmet Accessory. So it is from Construct Armory, which I believe to be an add-on mod for Tinker's Construct that allows you to make like custom armor. Yeah. So presumably this is like a modifier, like it'll use up a modifier slot on a piece of Tinker's armor, if I were to guess. So I guess we actually have to make a helmet from Tinker's or from Construct Armory before we can then go and use that, presumably. Okay. How do we make melons? Presumably melon seeds, which are triglycerides and sucrose. So sucrose we definitely have. Triglycerides were hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. So you know what? I'm just going to make some more. Given that we have so much hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon, getting more triglycerides here not going to be a problem. Perfect. And then sucrose, we should have. Maybe. Although, again, it's very easy for us to just get more with sugarcane, right? Yeah. So we'll take the triglyceride, we'll take the sucrose. Boom, and boom. And there we go. Nice. Okay, so once again, I think all we're going to have to do here is, I think the way we should do this, or the way we have to do this, is like we can have our melons planted there, but I think they can't grow onto to farmland. So I think we do want to do something like that, and then begin growing this melon seed. Can I? I can do this. Okay, so you can actually have the watering can in your offhand. And so long as you hold down, like it's a little awkward here because I have to hold down right click to get the watering can to do its effect. But if I hold down right click in the wrong spot here, I'm going to hoe my dirt. But if I hold down right click while looking at the melon seed, we can kind of have the best of both worlds here. That's a lot of melons. And I think that should be enough for the quest. It is. Nice. And we also have like a nice little extra source of food as well, even though the apples that we have are a bit better. Look at that. We gain 2 hearts from the Spice of Life there. Fantastic. Okay. So I might hold off on claiming these quests here until we get some Tinker's Armor, because I don't know which one of these we really are going to want to have. Slowfall sounds good. It seems like it would work well with our glider, maybe, to give us a bit more time to get to the glider if we need to. And hopefully we don't die from falling in lava quite so much. But the next main quest here, and I will come back to Fertilizer, because that Fertilizer quest is a bit much, so we will come back to that one. But for now, to make the Deep Dark Portal, we need 5 triple compressed cobblestone, 4 quadruple compressed cobblestone, and then that's it. Okay, so over here, we have got 407 double compressed cobblestone. So if we take that and we craft it up, that gets us 7 triple compressed. We need, let's bookmark Deep Dark, 5 triple compressed, and then 4 quadruple compressed. That's a lot of cobblestone. Of course, our cobblestone is coming in very quick now. I'm going to take like as much of this as I can carry, really. And let's like craft, well. Let's first of all dump some of the things we don't need to be carrying here. Let's get rid of you, put you there. Let's start moving out some of these other resources, I think, and putting those into the system. That's so many beet seeds. I don't think we need beet seeds, really, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these with the old trash can here. We can get so many more of them so much very easily, right, if we need a ton of them. But from our quick scan in JEI, they can't be used for any kind of, like, you can't break them down in the chemical dissolver. So I think for now they're kind of useless for us. And then let's like, how do I do this? I guess for now we'll just put you here and here. It's not ideal, but it should be okay. So with a clear inventory, let's grab basically all of the double compressed cobblestone we have and see how much triple we can make. 40. So making 4 quadruple is doable. And then at that point, chat, we actually have everything it takes to make the Deep Dark Portal. Nice. So the Deep Dark Portal can go down anywhere. It's just a 1 block that you place down. I will embed it in the floor. And then if you right click without a watering can, I believe, oh, you stand on it. If you stand on the Deep Dark Portal, you get this funky animation, and we should get taken to the Deep Dark. The quest does, let's get off the portal. There are torches here, but it's very dark. It does give us 2 stone torches right out of the gate. Or 2 stacks even of stone torches, and also a dev null. Okay, so the dev null is pretty cool. It allows you to kind of auto-delete. Is this supposed to be so dark? No, okay. Yeah, the dev node allows you to like auto delete resources that you don't want. For example, if we're going to be doing some mining, what we can do is we can go to the dev node. If we shift right click, we can put cobblestone in there. And so now what should happen is if we mine cobblestone, it should get automatically placed into that dev null. And if you have more than a stack of cobblestone in the dev null, any new cobblestone that you pick up will be automatically deleted. And I do believe that we can also place down the cobblestone from inside the dev null as well, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now we are at Y level 179. Warning, the darkness harms you, make sure to use torches. Yeah, so the key feature of the deep dark is that if you go into the darkness, you will take damage. I think we're pretty safe. Ooh, nice. We do have 5 modifiers there, which is good because 5 modifiers is the exact number of modifiers that you need if you want to make a tool unbreakable. So we definitely could do that. But yeah, if we come over here, we probably will start taking damage just from the darkness. I'm not quite sure how dark it has to get. Interesting. But either way, we have unlocked a new quest. So, gather ores. Mine up the ores in the deep dark. You'll need to dig down to less than Y level 64. Reason being, you'll only find ores in their natural spawning depth. There's a big open space between you and the bottom. So presumably, yeah, we can find the kind of natural spawning levels for these ores here. And you can see they all spawn under Y level 64. Can you put torches down to not take damage? You can, yeah. So as long as you're in, it's based on your light level, right? So we press F7, you can see it's dark over here. If you're in an area where it's dark, you'll take damage. If you put torches down, it's no longer dark. You no longer take damage. So that's all good. Yeah, we should have, I believe, like the book said, a big gap between us and the floor. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is the deep dark. As you can see, it's very deep and it's very dark. Living up to its namesake there, which is good. I think that, yeah, there are going to be mobs spawning. I see a creeper over there. Obviously, as soon as we land, we do have the slime boots on, so we will bounce. But we do also want to start putting down torches. Not only to stop mob spawning, but also to prevent us from taking damage. So this is Y level 64, basically, where we're at right now. So we want to be digging like down from here. So I'm kind of thinking, chat. There's like a pillar right here. We could make some kind of like staircase, like either a spiral staircase or maybe just like a ladder that goes all the way up. Do we have like any fast ladders? Not really. We've got the stone ladders, which are slightly faster, I believe, than regular ladders. Hello, my friend. But they're not... I can't put my torches down with the rapier equipped. But they're not fast enough, I don't think. We could... although I guess in fairness, we don't really have to ever climb up, right? Like if we want to go home, we can just do /home. So all we really have to do, given our slime boots that don't break, all we have to do is just dig like a big shaft that goes all the way up, right? So we can kind of start in our spawn room, wander over to this pillar, and then just fall right down the shaft, right? And then just do like a /home when we want to get back. That should be actually like completely fine. And I think it's quite possible we find all the ores we need just by digging straight down here, because we're going to go through like all of the levels that are required on the way down. Like we got the 8 copper. What else do we need here? We need 10. So we need 8 gold and then 16 tin, lead, and silver. Okay. I think the tin might be up there, but I think the lead and silver is going to be a bit lower down. We don't need any iron ore, but obviously just having the iron ore is obviously nice. It allows us to repair our tools more easily. Are we planning to just do /home? Yeah, basically. /home to get back, and then just this shaft here to fall. Obviously, we can use /back if we are coming back to the deep dark, but if we're not coming back, we can just, you know, fall through the pit on the way down. I feel like we might as well take coal as well. Some status quads there as well. Nice. Okay, so there goes my iron hammer. We're down at Y level 35. But what Y level do we find these at? So tin ore is kind of between like 18 and 50. I think we're in that range, right? Yeah, we're 34. And then lead is between like 10 and 32, so a little lower down. And then silver is between 5 and 29. So also a little further down than gold, under 30 as well. So really, we do want to be under 30 to try and find the gold, the lead, and the silver. And now that we have some iron ore, we can do a quick /home, smelt up that iron ore, and get ourselves a few more sharpening kits. Oh yes, of course. Chat is reminding me that we can double our ores in the dissolver. So you take all the iron ore and it gets you all of the Fe here, and then you can make that back over here. So we'll unlock, lock, and then you essentially double it by running it through the dissolver and then into the chemical combiner. Thank you, chat. I did forget. But that gets us like 6 more sharpening kits, which should make our mining trip here hopefully a bit easier. Ooh, Zencraft. I am not familiar with Zencraft. What in the world is Zen ore? Ooh, we found a mine shaft as well, which is interesting. So we're getting these Zen crystals as well. I'm sure those will come in useful later on down the line. A lot of iron, which you don't necessarily need for the quest, but I'm sure is going to come in useful as well later on down the line. All right, so that's our first gold there. Oh yes, I do see the spawner. I would very much like to. I think I probably want to keep it, like not break it, but in doing so, we probably need to put some torches down, eh? Okay, so let's block this in if we can, and then let's fully light this up. It's got some coal, some rotten flesh, a music disc, nothing crazy. There's another chest under there, which I will take a look at. I guess if we're not going to break this, we just have to break the chest. So you can't open that, right? Yeah, no. All right, anything good? Ooh, diamonds? Diamond boots. Polished diamond boots. Common. Okay. I'll keep the slime boots on for now. We've got a name tag. We've got some spawn spiders. And I guess maybe some more loot crates, potentially. Nothing crazy. Although maybe we can break these down into diamonds. No, well, I guess we can with the pulverizer, which we might get soon, I guess. But wishful thinking that we could do it in the dissolver. Hello, my friends. How y'all doing? There is a quest, right? Like one of these rewards was for a satchel. You think we should take a reinforced satchel here, chat? Yeah, it seems like a good idea, right? This guy right here. We did drop it on the floor because our inventory is full, but if we take this, we can start putting like our ores up in here for a bit of extra space, and maybe some of the slates as well. Sure, that gives us like a chest worth of space that we can carry around with us. Nice. All right, I think that's all of it, right? It is, nice. Okay, we have all of the ores. Let's do a quick /home, and let's grab like some apples, maybe? Yeah, I'll eat the Bam's pizza right now to heal us up, and then we'll throw the apples in there to get some more food, and while we're at it, I might as well also eat some melon as well, I guess, to fill me up. So, what is our next quest here? Our next quest is Smeltery components. So it wants us to make a block of bronze and 10 clay. It says copper and tin dust can be acquired from the chemical combiner. So clay can be made from kaolinite, which is actually not too bad. We made some of that earlier. It's water, silicon dioxide, and aluminum oxide. I believe that first of all, we should put like all of our ores and all of our wares away into the system to free up a little bit in the way of inventory space here. But then on top of that, we do have aluminum, and we've got an abundance of oxygen. So let me bookmark clay, and let me also bookmark seared brick, and therefore grout. We'll bookmark that as well. And that is going to require some sand and gravel, but that's fine. I'm basically sure that all of that is just silicon and just silicon dioxide, right? Let's get white antimatter and carbon to make more black antimatter for more aluminum, because I think we are going to need quite a bit of clay, potentially a lot more than the 10 that it's recommending there. So I'll run all of that through here. And I'll even go as far as to get a third stack, just to be on the safe side. And of course, we can keep combining that up with the 2,400 oxygen that we have to hopefully continue to get aluminum oxide. Good stuff. And then other than that, the other parts of the kaolinite here. We're not too bad, right? Silicon dioxide we have, and water I believe we also have. So, yeah, we've got 7 water. We could do with more, but of course H and O are very much so things we have in abundance. And I will do more of that over here. So H and O. Obviously, you need a lot more H than you do O. And then, let's see. Do we have what it takes to make a bunch of this? Yeah, we do, right? Let's grab the silicon dioxide. And then unlock this. Shift-click in the kaolinite recipe. And silicon dioxide, water, and aluminum oxide gets us the kaolinite. And the kaolinite gets us the clay. So we need 40 kaolinite to get the 10 clay here, which I think is going to be more aluminum oxide than we currently have. It's actually water that we ran out of first, which is interesting, but not at all a problem. We can get more of that. We are also going to need more aluminum oxide as well, actually. And we did get 1 aluminum ingot there, but that's fine. We might even need more, like yet more aluminum oxide potentially. Although, is it 1-to-1? It is 1-to-1, so actually we're fine. So H and O. We need 32? Yeah. Okay, I think we are there. Boom, 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 boom. That should get us to over 40 kaolinite. Once we get over 40 kaolinite, we can take that, shift-click in the clay recipe, take all these out, put you in, and that should be 10 blocks of clay. Now, as for the bronze, to make a block of bronze, we need bronze ingots. And you can make bronze blend with copper and tin. So we need 9 bronze, which means we're going to have to get 2 lots of this. So we're going to get, 3 lots of this, sorry. So we can get 12 bronze. So we need 9 copper dust and 3 tin dust. Copper dust you can make with copper, and presumably tin dust you can also make with tin. I guess we could also do that in the grindstone now that we have soda quartz as well, actually. But, and you know what, that might be faster, honestly, because I don't know if we have any tin. Although presumably, actually, yeah, no, never mind. We can chat. We can just grab copper. I'm thinking we don't have enough copper or tin, but actually we've got a satchel here, right, with both copper and tin in it. You fool, Isaac. And I don't think there's any downside to running all of that copper through there, because we can still turn all this copper into actual copper ingots later on down the line, right? So let's unlock that. Let's copper dust. It's like pulverized copper. Yeah. Take that out. Put you in. We only needed a few. 12, was it? Perfect. And then we'll do the same with pulverized tin. We'll shift-click that in there. Grab our tin ore and throw that in over here. And yeah, we should be good to go there. We don't need anywhere near as much tin ore. If you combine the pulverized copper with the pulverized tin, you get pulverized bronze. And if you take that and throw it in the furnace, that should be good to go. You might be able to do that in the chemical dissolver, maybe? Oh, no, you get copper and tin back. Interesting. So there's no, like, bronze compound or alloy there, which is perfectly fine. And there we go. Nice. That is a block of bronze. And that is, chat, another quest complete. Nice. I'll take the 3 clay, and I will also take the 16k storage disk, as well as a more recipe unlocked. I'm not quite sure what we've unlocked there, but apparently we've unlocked the Tinker's stage. So I think it's quite possible we might not be able to make the smelter up until this point. Like maybe it was locked behind, you know, a recipe wall of some description. Let's put our 16k drive in. So we've now got a ton more space. Let's see, chat, if we can't make a smeltery. That's the whole quest here. Make a smeltery. We need, I'm going to bookmark all of these, a smeltery controller, a smeltery drain, a seared faucet, a casting table, a seared tank, and then 18 seared bricks, all of which are made from grout. Every single one is made out of seared bricks, which are made from grout, which are made from sand, gravel, and clay. So we have 10 blocks of clay, which means we can make 80 grout here. All we need is sand and gravel, both of which I'm fairly certain are just made out of silicon dioxide. So if we unlock the recipe and we go and we make some gravel, which I think we actually might already have, but we can make more. Yeah, we've got 17 here, but more I think is definitely a good idea. And in fact, I might even make like, 2 stacks of gravel here. I mean, I guess actually we need what? 40? If we're going to make 10 lots of this grout here. And 40 we have, so we'll stop that there. And then for sand, I think it's exactly the same thing, but just in a different slot. Yeah, it does require 4 times the amount of silicon dioxide, but that is actually fine. So boom, and boom, that gets us a stack and a half of grout. We do need to smelt all of that up into seared brick. So I think it's definitely going to be worth our while here to try and get like all of these furnaces online. And smelting. I will take the charcoal out here, I think, for now, and we'll put some grout in there. So if we're going to make some Unbreakable upgrades, the way that you make tools Unbreakable, and potentially even armor, I'm actually not quite sure if you can do it with the like armor add-on to Tinker's Construct. That might work, I'm not sure. But you can get reinforcements, which is right here. And this guy is made using any kind of cast, which you can make from gold, and then obsidian. So if you want to make a tool Unbreakable, you need to give it 5 of these reinforcement modifiers, which means you do have to have 5 modifier slots available. So right now, for example, our iron hammer only has 3, so we couldn't do that on there. Our sword has 3 as well. We could make a new sword, because if you remember, we did spend quite a lot of resources, quite a lot of nether quartz upgrading this one. So we could make a new one, maybe with like a better material now that we have better resources. We could look at that, you know, maybe cobalt, maybe manualian, something like that. The pickaxe does have 5 modifiers, so we could use that and, you know, give that unbreaking, and we can also still replace the head with cobalt to make it faster at mining, and, you know, replace the stick with something else to make it faster even more. So yeah, I think if we're going to do that, though, we're going to need a lot of obsidian. So I think what I'm going to do, whilst I wait for all my seared stone to smelt, is I'm going to pop through the nether portal a few times and try and harvest some obsidian here. So if we're going to make just our pickaxe, how many would we need? We need 5 times 8, so 40. 40 obsidian should get us an unbreakable pickaxe. And it works really well with vein mining, of course, because if we want to go back to the deep dark, we want to do a lot of vein mining in... if we want to get a lot of resources from the deep dark, if we have an unbreaking pickaxe, the only thing we have to worry about is food, right? We can just vein mine a large area, eat our food up. If the pickaxe doesn't lose durability, we can just keep vein mining over and over and over again to uncover just a huge area and hopefully get a large amount of resources. Can we get diamonds in the deep dark? I assume we can, right? Yeah, it looks like it is possible to get diamonds down there as well. Cool. So we'll make, I guess actually, we'll grab our bronze block and we'll make our controller. We'll then make the tank, which I believe looks like this. The faucet, that looks like this. The casting table looks like this. We need 18 seared brick, which looks almost like that. We need 2 more after that. Boom. And then what was the last piece of the puzzle? Oh, of course, the tank, which does require 1 glass. That as of right now we don't have, but we do have sand, and we can obviously go ahead and just smelt 1 sand up in there. And as soon as we have, is it 7 more? Oh, sorry, yeah. No, 6 more. Seared brick, we can actually make the seared tank. People did also point out, like, obviously it's faster to get obsidian, I think, with the portal trick. But if you wanted to, you could set up an unlimited water source here with water here, and then, like, just a block here that you can keep mining over and over again to get to obsidian. It's also quite possible, actually, that we can get, like, a block breaker potentially fairly easily. I don't know if the block breaker... Does this block breaker, chat, continually work if you just give it a redstone signal, or is this the one that has to be flicked? Even if it has to be... Also, does it break obsidian? If it has to be flicked, we could set up like a little redstone pulse generator. That would not be a problem. But we could probably set up like a little obsidian generator fairly easily. Do people know if it can break obsidian? I might give this a try. Because we can make, obviously, a lot of cobblestone. And in fact, I say we can make cobblestone. We have cobblestone in abundance. We do need 1 compressed cobblestone, but that's also perfectly fine. So let's make 3 stone swords. And then a stone spike. Perfect. And then from there, we should basically have everything it takes. We do. We need a little bit of iron, but that is also perfectly fine. We've got a bunch of it up here. So if we just unlock that recipe and throw that in the top left slot, we only need the 1. Boom. So that gets the block breaker. If I were to put that block breaker right about here, and then let's, before we put the unlimited water source down, let's just grab our bucket and do that. So that makes obsidian. If I were to then get like a lever, the question becomes, does that break the obsidian? It totally does. Nice. Now, it does appear... It doesn't even require... Oh, chat. It's perfect. Okay, so if we just put, in that case, a hopper underneath there, we'll be good to go. And in fact, I might even just go ahead and nab this hopper, because of course we can put a servo here instead. That the hopper there is not doing anything. So we can, if we want, actually just take this hopper, put it down, piping into like a chest here. Right, like that. And like that. Yeah, it's a little awkward because the chest will be underwater, which is less than ideal. We could have that chest like piping up into a drawer of some description. But then if we do like this and this, oh no, oh no. Okay, so the problem there is that you have to, oh, that doesn't work. I was so hopeful, chat. What if I do that? Yeah, no, we've just made a cobblestone generator, which, you know, is not terrible. Like, it's quite fast, but, like, it's also not what we wanted, which is unfortunate. It's a very quick cobblestone generator. So that was an interesting idea. It didn't work. I think we can tweak this in the future to maybe work. For now, I'm not going to worry about that too much. Instead, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab my seared brick, and I'm going to craft up the final piece of the Smeltery puzzle, that being the tank. Nice. So that should be that quest complete. And we do get 12 more seared bricks as a result, as well as materials anew, armory addendum, and the regular materials anew as well. Nice. So, if we're going to set up a smeltery, which we are definitely going to do, and I think I might do it over here somewhere, we need the controller, which we'll put down like right here. We need the drain. We need the tank. And then we need to fill it in. So we have 30 blocks here, which is actually quite a large number of blocks. And so I think we could probably go right in with like a 3x3 smeltery. And in fact, I might as well use my hammer here, chat, to save like a second and a half of time. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. So that should be a fully functioning smeltery. I say fully functioning. It's a registered smeltery. To make it fully functioning, we do have to put down the casting table and the faucet. Perfect. And we do have, as luck would have it, enough seared brick here to make it one taller. Nice. And now we do need lava in here, which right now we do not have at all. Yeah, so we can do two things, I guess. We can make a reservoir, potentially, from thermal expansion. It requires tin, copper, iron, redstone. Yeah, this looks doable. We do have iron, of course, and we do have copper and tin now, thanks to the deep dark. And so we can get a reservoir which can hold up to 10 buckets of lava, which we can then go and take through with us to the nether, at which point we could grab a good deal of lava, bring it back, and then use it to fuel our smeltery. And like I said before, I think the first thing that I'm going to do with... Do we have 10? Yeah, we do. I typed in SN, hoping that would work. Apparently that does not register, unfortunately. But yeah, if we do that, I think the first thing I'm going to do is get Unbreakable, I think, on my pickaxe. So, boom, there we go. We have the reservoir. If we hover over it, you'll see it does say that we should press none to change the use action. Okay, so I think by default, the control for the reservoir is V, which was already in use by the other, like the excavate change. Yeah, so that's unfortunate because it changes both at once. So let's see. Maybe button 5? Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. So if we set this to fill, we can then right click and grab a bunch of this. If we then do /home, we can set it to empty. And then if we right click on the seared tank, it fills up. Nice. So we should now be able to smelt items in here. And if we're going to make our pickaxe unbreakable, we need some gold. So we'll take all this, we'll make that into to actual gold here. You can do this, I think, with aluminum brass as well. If we want to get 5 of these, that means we need 5 casts. They can be empty casts. They don't have to be like any specific cast here. Each cast does require 2 ingots, I believe. Yeah. So we'd need, what, 10 gold? So we drop all that in there. That should smelt up fairly quickly, at which point we can just pull it out in cast form. And then we should be pretty much good to go. We have all of the available modifiers. And if we really wanted to, chat, we could eat, because my hunger is incredibly low right now. Unfortunately, we are out of apples. We have one here that I guess we can smelt up, but we're, for all intents and purposes, pretty much out of apples, which kind of leaves us really just with melons that we can work with here, which is less than ideal. They're not particularly great as a food source. But what I was going to say is that we could make a pickaxe head cast, head through to the nether, grab some cobalt, and actually upgrade our pickaxe in more ways than one as well. I think there's some cobalt actually fairly close by in the nether. Yeah, there's like right here as soon as we walk in. There's one there. I think we are going to need at least 2 if we're going to make a pickaxe head. But from my experience beforehand, the cobalt is fairly common, yeah, as is the ardite as well. Manulin is usually a better material, which is manulin, by the way, is an alloy between cobalt and ardite. However, I believe cobalt is faster on its own. Like, ardite might be better as like a sword tool. Like, it might deal more damage and might have more durability. But I believe that cobalt is faster, and given that we don't need to care about durability, I think cobalt is what we want for a pickaxe. So we have all the gold. Let's start pulling that out. We can put the cobalt in here, I think. That's not going to combine, I don't believe, with our gold. I'm fairly certain. And yeah, as soon as we have the 5 of these, we basically have an unbreakable pickaxe. And then at that point, we want to start looking at making our pickaxe as good as it can be. It might be a bad idea to replace the binding with maybe like a manulin binding, or potentially a binding that adds like a good attribute to our pickaxe. We are going to need to get a cobblestone pickaxe head, which is fine. We should have our pickaxe. Oh, we didn't make a pickaxe, of course. Let's get a pickaxe stencil. And then over here, let's do you and you. I guess is a pickaxe head. The pickaxe head we can then use over here to make a pickaxe head cast, just as soon as we get the 5 required. Oh, sorry, we need 8, right? Oh no, we need 5. Yeah, I'm a fool. Never mind. There we go. So I'll put you down, and then we'll put 2 more gold in. That cobalt does take a while to smelt. So this time, we're going to pull the gold out over the pickaxe. That should get us a pickaxe head. And I'm being told I only need the 1 cobalt here, so we might actually have 1 spare. That's completely fine. We could use it on our matic, maybe. That gets us a cobalt head, just as soon as it dries. While we wait for it to dry, let's do obsidian and blank cast. That gets us 5 reinforcements. So we can take this, we can head on over to our tool station, and then in here, we can throw in our pickaxe. I don't know if it has to be repaired. It doesn't. And then you'll see we have 5 modifier slots remaining, so we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so now this is unbreakable right here. So it cannot break. And then I do think it has to be, yeah, well, I was going to say it has to be fully repaired, but now that it is unbreakable, we don't have to repair it. We can put on the cobalt pickaxe head, and that's going to take the mining speed up from 6 to 12. It's going to double the mining speed and give it a slight 0.1 boost to attack damage as well. It does also give it a huge bump to durability, but as you'll know now that it's unbreakable, the durability really doesn't matter. I think, chat, that is probably where I'm going to wrap things up for today. I'm pretty happy with our progress. We made our way into chapter 3. Next time we can come back, it looks like we do have a few more stacks of antimatter to make to get some ingots before we can get the machine frames and get into thermal expansion. I do see the phytogenic insulator here, which is good. It means we can hopefully get into some automated farming, including some automated tree farming potentially fairly soon. I'm also looking forward to chapter 4. I've not played with the Atom mod. So I'm looking forward to see what that has to offer. And I'm also looking forward to getting some of the neodymium so we can get some ender pearls and upgrades in that regard. Next time, I think we will come back and we will look at maybe getting some armor. For sure, we need to get into the Tinker's Armory add-on mod to get us some decent armor and to make use of that night vision that we unlocked a mere moment ago. And we'll also probably look at upgrading the rest of our tools as well. Like our hatchet is not going to stay stone. We're definitely going to upgrade that. And maybe also make that unbreakable as well, because getting more obsidian and getting more casts really isn't too difficult. But for now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's stream there.